Whether you're single or you're in a relationship, it's important for you to learn how to take care of yourself. So today we're going to be talking about the 5 love languages, what they look like in romantic relationships, and what they look like when you're giving them to yourself. That's what we're going to talk about in today's video. So what are the 5 love languages? Acts of service, words of affirmation, physical touch, gift giving, and quality time. Now, words of affirmation, pretty much it's simple to understand. People whose primary love language is words of affirmation, compliments mean the world to them, but if you give them criticism, if you speak biting, harsh words to them, it could break their hearts. It will break their hearts more than, they're more sensitive to hurtful words than other people. If quality time is your primary love languages, you love people giving you undivided attention. If you're out on a date with somebody and they're on their phone, it's like they've committed the worst sin ever, because it's very important to you to be able to spend quality time, which is, locking eyes with somebody, looking them eye to eye. It's very important to you that people give you full attention and spend time with you. Physical touch, these are people who love hugs and kisses and sex. Well, everybody loves sex, but physical touch is expressed through like touching, like thoughtful touches, like caresses, like hugs, like holding hands. Acts of service is when somebody helps you basically do your chores or just do things to make your life easier. Gift giving, obviously you love thoughtful gifts. I think everybody loves thoughtful gifts. I think gift giving should be everybody's love language. So for gift giving, if this is your primary love languages, you love to receive gifts. You love people to, especially thoughtful gifts, not just, somebody just buys you something random, but somebody pays attention to you and what you ask for and then gives you what you want. So how can you love yourself with each love language? The goal, and this is a phrase that Gary Chapman uses in the book a lot, is to fill your love tank. Now, it's amazing for somebody else to love you and fill your love tank, but it's also a very dangerous place to be, because like I said, people have things they're going through. Some days your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend might just not have enough to give you, and you need to have a way of taking care of yourself and being proactive with about your own happiness, basically, because sometimes you're all you have. So how can you do this? For words of affirmation, you need to speak life-giving words to yourself. This is my primary love language. It is a big deal to me how I'm spoken to. In fact, until I started to be deliberate about it, I could hold on to a negative word that somebody said to me for years and years and years and years, and I still remember exactly what they said years after. But I realized that, okay, this is important to me. How I'm spoken to is important to me. And that's why anybody who's in my circle will let you know that I don't let anybody speak a negative thing over me and have the final say. It's like, if you say something bad to me, I'm going to counter it immediately, because it's very important to me to hear the right words into my spirit. So I'm very proactive about speaking the right words over myself. And if I'm in a space with somebody who says something negative to me, I don't care if they think I'm being spooky or I'm being overly religious, because I am a Christian. And I mean, this is exactly why I also believe in the power of words, because I believe that the very world that we're in was created by words. So I'm very particular about the words I speak over myself and the words that other people speak over me. And if I'm around people or somebody who is insistent upon speaking negativity over me, they're just never going to see me again, right? I'm just going to limit how much I'm in that person's space. And if this is somebody I need to deal with on a regular basis, I'll let them know you're not allowed to speak negativity over me. And if I can't tell them to stop it, then I will immediately counter what they say. So I need to be able to tell myself, girl, you are gorgeous. Ooh, you are beautiful, you are smart, you're amazing. So when somebody else says this to me, it's just a confirmation of what I already know. You understand what I'm saying? So I cannot let all of the praise and all of the affirmation over my life come from somebody else. That's giving them too much power. God has already spoken good things over me. I'm going to speak good things over me. Somebody else adds to that, amazing. I love compliments. I'm grateful to receive them, but even if somebody withholds them from me, I can give them to myself, and I can be deliberate about being around people who have good things to say over me. And this does not mean that I'm only looking for yes men. I'm looking for people who understand how hard words can break a person's spirit, and people who know how to give feedback in a way that is kind and constructive, and who are not just looking to strip me of my dignity. So if words of affirmation is your primary love language, you need to be deliberate, and you need to speak to the areas of your insecurity. For me, there's it still happens sometimes. I'm not going to claim that I'm there yet, but one thought that likes to play in my mind is nobody cares about you. And then I counter that and I'm like, the right people care about me. The people who love me care about me. I'm important to a lot of people. My life has value. So speak to the area of your insecurities, this specific area. So sometimes my mind will tell me, oh, you're just ugly. I'm like, no, I'm beautifully and wonderfully made. I am gorgeous. I am beautiful. I'm amazing. So if words of affirmation is your primary love language, don't wait for other people to tell you you're amazing. Say that over yourself all the time. And because what you say to yourself is what you tend to believe more, right? You have like a major part to play in what your mind believes and what your mindset is and what your belief systems are about. So you need to take charge of that and change what you're believing by changing what you're saying over yourself. So the words of affirmation is the primary love language. You need to pay attention to the negative thoughts that consistently run through your mind. Reshape those thoughts into something positive and speak that positive thing over your life over and over again until your mind believes the positive over the negative. If your primary love language is quality time, you need to learn to spend time with yourself. Take yourself out on dates or on a date, solo dates. Go to a nice restaurant and have a nice dinner by yourself. Watch a movie that you love by yourself. Go to the cinema by yourself. Try to spend time with yourself. People settle for inferior connections because they're so afraid of being alone. And yes, loneliness is not good, but solitude is one of the most life-changing things ever. Because the more time you spend by yourself, and I'm not talking about just being isolated now, I'm saying that just being deliberate about cultivating a relationship with yourself, the more self-aware you become. And powerful, the self-aware people are the most powerful people I know. Because look, this life is an individual journey. It's a personal journey. There's room for you as you are to make such great impact. And the more you lean into who you were born to be, who you were created to be, your uniqueness is what will set you apart from everybody else. It is what will give you your own fulfilling life, a richer life than you can imagine. And you only are able to dig into those depths of yourself when you spend time alone. Don't be so afraid to be by yourself. People in the world today, we are so scared of spending time alone. And I can tell you for a fact, as much as I didn't enjoy the seasons of loneliness I've been through, but solitude has been one of my most powerful allies because I have come to know myself so well. I'm able to instantly shift out of negative situations. My instincts are so honed now that I know what's for me, I know what's not for me, and I don't waste time with what's not for me. Sometimes we have opportunities that come to us, and because we don't know ourselves, we don't know what's right and what's wrong, because you haven't spent time to listen to your spirit, to sit with yourself, to know who you are, to know your own space in this life. I don't believe anybody can be my competition, because there can never be a replica of me. We can do the same things, but we'll never do it the same way. I'm not afraid of people stealing my ideas because I know that I will always have new ideas. All of this comes from sitting and understanding just how powerful God has made me. Now, if your primary love language is gift giving, you need to learn to start buying yourself gifts. So why do I want somebody else to spend their money on me if I cannot spend my money on myself? The way you treat yourself is teaching other people how to treat you. You have to buy yourself nice things. If you love receiving gifts, give yourself gifts. Buy yourself nice perfumes. Buy yourself a comfortable robe. Buy yourself luxurious things. You're working so that you can spend your money on yourself, so you can enjoy your life. Yes, save money. Yes, be responsible, but buy yourself nice things. It's kind of weird to expect somebody else to spend their money on you, but you don't want to spend any of your own money on yourself. That does not make any sense. Take your money. It's your money. You worked hard for it. Use it to buy yourself nice things. Now, if your love language is acts of service, it's basically like you parenting yourself, right? Check for areas of your life where you're being neglected, where you're neglecting yourself, and start working on those. So cook a nice meal for yourself. Stop eating noodles all the time. Make yourself a nice meal. You deserve to have a nice meal. Make a nice meal for yourself. Declutter your closet. Clean up your house. Take care of your space. we all know that living in a clean house just makes you feel better about yourself. So acts of service, if acts of service is your love language, then you need to serve yourself. I for one know that if I take out time to make myself a nice meal, I'm always happy about it later. Yes, obviously it's more fun for somebody else to cook for you, but except those of you who love cooking, I don't know how you do it. If your love language is physical touch, some things that you can do to care for yourself is give yourself a home manicure and pedicure. Just check on YouTube. You can find I've done it over and over again. Find a nice video, that will teach you how to do a manicure and pedicure and give yourself one. Oh my gosh, it is such an amazing experience. Yes, it's more fun when you go out to do it, but it's an act of self-love and self-care when you give yourself a manicure and a pedicure at home. You can give yourself a spa day, just find a nice body scrub and scrub yourself all over. It is fantastic. You're going to sleep and then take a warm bath, let there be steam in your bathroom, and use something aromatic, to moisturize all over. Put on a scented candle, just pamper yourself, do your hair, give yourself a massage, just a foot rub. Obviously, like I said, these things are more fun when somebody else does them, but you can do them for yourself. I'm a firm believer in focusing on what you can control, and on the days in your life when there's either nobody there that you're in a relationship with because you're single, or the person you're with is just so preoccupied, because life happens, right? As much as we want to love each other and we want to care for each other all the time, sometimes it just doesn't work that way. And I'm not saying that you should let your partner off the hook, because you're in a relationship, you're supposed to care for each other. But sometimes, just where you can, pamper yourself and care for yourself, because I believe that your relationship with yourself and your relationship with God are the two most important relationships, because it's always going to come back to both of you, right? Life is such an individual journey that there's some weights that nobody can carry for you, and nobody can carry the weight of your own happiness. I've spoken to a lot of my friends who are married, and there are just some days when your husband or your wife just doesn't get it, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend just doesn't get it, or they're just so caught up in their own lives, and they should be, right? They have, so much to handle and so much to do. So self-love is very important. You need to learn to care for yourself. You need to learn to nurture yourself. You need to learn to make room and make space for yourself and pamper yourself, so that when somebody else does it for you, it's amazing as well, but it's extra, So yeah, let me know in the comment section, what's your love language, what's your primary love language, and let me know which one of these self-love languages you want to try, and yeah, just let me know how it goes. Thank you so much for watching this video and for sticking with me till the end. Goodbye. See you next time. Bye.